Common Good TV Show. The Common Good TV Show. Brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. Highlighting the good in the community. Hosted by Pastor John McClain, Tucson's favorite family show.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Common Good television show brought to you by Homeless Veteran Transition Program Veteran Rescue Mission. We're happy to have you here. And this definitely, as much as we have an amazing show for you, it wouldn't be the Common Good television show if we did not give grace to a very loving God that makes this show possible. Today, if you would with me, bow your heads and let's thank Him. Dear Lord, thank you once again for allowing us to be here to enjoy your grace, most of all for loving us so we can love one another. In your Son's name we pray, amen.
Now, it's time for The Guys Next Door, brought to you by Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, with Ron Arenas and Pastor John McClain.
We are The Guys Next Door. I'm Ron Arenas, your host, brought to you by Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Today we have a fantastic show for you today. We have a couple of my good friends and sponsors here for the show. Our first guest is Frank from Tucson Tamale. Welcome, Frank.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate it.
No problem. I love coming in and talking with you guys.
Yeah, it's always a good time. So tell us a little bit about Tucson Tamale. Give us a little bit of the history of it.
Well, we started out 15 years ago, just made a couple dozen tamales, and the rest is history.
Okay.
We're all over the country, over 6,000 grocery stores, and we have a restaurant here in Tucson.
Okay. So besides the restaurant, you have a manufacturing plant that you produce the tamales.
We do. We have two of them. We have one on 6th and 29th and one on Grant and Dragoon.
Oh, wow. I didn't know either of those locations.
Yeah.
All right.
Two. The one we on 29th opened 2 years ago.
Okay. And those are purely just for distributing?
Distributing, manufacturing, yeah.
Okay. All right. And so Tucson Tamale is the name, but what else is on the menu besides tamales?
Well, I've been trying to talk you into eating a burrito, which I still haven't done yet, but we also have nachos, we have quesadillas, we have a street corn quesadilla that's really good.
Right.
And we're starting out doing like a Jarritos ice cream float
Oh, wow.
for the summer to see how that goes.
Okay. Is that already on the menu?
It's just a special. We're checking it out to see how it goes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I need to get in there and eat a burrito and try them out.
Absolutely. Two of them. Take one to your wife.
That's a good idea. That keeps me out of trouble.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you with that.
All right. One of the times that I was in there, you were wrapping a tamale, I think with cheese, right?
Yeah, it's called our grilled cheese tamale.
Okay.
So any tamale, we can throw it on the grill and kind of caramelize the cheese on there. It's really, really good.
Wow. And you said you do any tamale, so it's not just a certain...
Yeah, any tamale you want.
Okay.
Even if you want the vegan one like that, we'll do it for you.
Yeah, very good. And one of my favorite parts of your restaurant is the wall of hot sauce. Can you tell us about that?
Oh, our wall of heat is over 350 hot sauces, salsas that we have from around the country, and a lot of local Arizona hot sauces that we use. We use stuff out of California. Yeah, we got all the big players coming in.
Nice. And how many hot sauces are on that wall?
Over 350.
350. Okay.
Yep.
And is it a variety of different heat? Like, can someone that doesn't like things that are real hot?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. We have a mild to all the way up to scorpion peppers, Trinidad scorpion. Yeah, those are really, really hot.
Okay.
And we let you try anything you want before you buy it.
Yeah. That's a unique thing that you offer.
And I think we're the only ones that do that. Like I always say, why are you going to take something home you're not going to eat and leave in your fridge?
Yeah.
When you can taste it before you take it home.
Right. So at your restaurant, you can order either to go or to sit down and dine.
Absolutely. We have seats inside. We have a really nice patio outside. Yeah, you can eat in, take with, order catering, whatever you want to do.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about your catering also.
Well, we do caterings all over Tucson. We do a lot into the U of A. We do a lot of businesses. We've done birthday parties. What are those called? Like gender reveal parties.
Okay.
I hate to do this, but we've done funerals as well.
Oh, well,
But,
yeah.
yeah, I
Everyone
mean-
needs to eat.
Absolutely. And whatever occasion, if you got 10 people, you have 1,000 people, you got 2,000 people, we can do whatever you want to do.
Wow, fantastic. All right. So tell us something unique about Tucson Tamale.
Unique. I think the uniqueness is that everything's handmade and we make
Okay.
it from scratch. We don't use any GMO stuff. We don't use any preservatives in our stuff. Even our tortillas are made from scratch and there's no preservatives in them. They don't last in your kitchen for 2 months.
Right.
if you don't eat them in 10 days, you might as well just dump them.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another item that you haven't mentioned is your tortillas.
Yeah, we make those straight from scratch, like my mom's recipe. They taste exactly like they would 25 years ago when grandma was making them.
Oh, okay. And you have different flavors of your tortillas?
Right now we have plain. We do a jalapeno tortilla
Mhm.
for our burritos, and we're probably going to put the jalapeno tortillas back for sale for customers.
Oh, okay. Do you have any other like seasonal items that you have in your restaurant?
Seasonal tamales, we make those. Right now we're in a vegan green.
Oh.
Next month we're going to bring back the chipotle beef and cheese.
Oh, wow.
And then
Okay.
in August, we're going to do a Italian one with
Yeah.
Italian sausage and peppers and cheese in it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be, I've never tried that, so we'll see
Yeah.
how that goes.
So that's a good reason to just keep going back every month. At least.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you like something, stock up, put it in your freezer. They're good for a couple years
Okay.
until we make them again.
So, I know that you didn't start the company, but where did they get the recipes? Was there someone's Nana that they took recipes
Well,
from, or?
The owner, Sherry, it's
okay.
her mom's, and they perfected it. So that's where
Okay.
they learned. Like Todd said, they invited him over to make tamales, and it was a bunch of tamales and a bunch of beer, and the rest is history with that.
That's how it all started.
Yep.
Okay.
You can't go wrong with drinking beer and making tamales.
Yeah, definitely. And what about the other items on the menu? Was there any historical recipes or anything with those?
I'm not too sure about the beans and rice. I think those
Okay.
were just brought up after testing and testing and testing. Just
Yeah.
the tortillas are the same way. We had to perfect them. That way they wouldn't dry up on you. They wouldn't, they stayed fresh as long as possible. But it's just like anything else. You got to test it over and over and over.
Okay. And you have is it coleslaw? Like a Mexican coleslaw, or?
Oh yeah, we have a Mexican coleslaw they made. It's not your normal mayonnaise base. It's a honey vinaigrette,
Okay.
lime vinaigrette, a dressing with cilantro and red bell peppers, fresh red bell peppers in it.
Oh, wow.
Really, really good, and we sell a lot of it.
It is. Yeah, that's something I really like. And when we get catered, that's definitely something that's going to be on the menu.
Absolutely, and we get a lot of people that take that home and put in their street tacos
Oh,
to make like a street taco out of it. It's
yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Mhm.
Yeah, very good. So, where is your restaurant located at?
We're at 7286 North Oracle Road on the northeast side of the road,
All right, very good.
over by Tap and Bottle.
Yep. Just a couple doors down from Tap and
Mhm.
Bottle.
And you can actually get your food and go eat at Tap and Bottle. They love it when you come over there and drink and eat the food.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. And what are your store hours?
We're open Monday through Friday 10 to 8, and then Sunday 11 to 5.
All right, very good. Well, let's talk a little bit about how long have you guys been there?
We've been in that store for 10 years.
Oh, wow,
Yeah, in that location for 10 years.
I didn't realize that.
Yep.
Yeah. And how long have you been with the company?
Going on 6 years.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I love every minute of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, very good. What did you do before that?
I worked at a local restaurant here in
Okay.
Tucson.
So you've been doing restaurants
Yeah, since
for your career?
35 years now.
Oh, wow. Well, how can you do that? You're only like 36, right?
Well, I was practicing.
You're practicing. Tucson Tamale, the location over at Ina and Oracle.
Yeah. Come on up. Say hi. You say hi to one of us. My name's Frank. Come and say hi. You heard me on the radio, and I'll give you a discount.
Well, there you go. And that's one of the things about walking into Tucson Tamale is it's one of the most friendly places that you'll ever go into.
Yeah, we try and keep it. I want you to feel like you're coming to a party. you're going to your friend's house, I don't want you to feel like there's a whole bunch of strangers around you. It's welcoming, and that's what we try to establish, and with all the new employees or anybody that's been there for a while, is treat them how you would treat your friends and family at your house.
Yeah, you always feel welcome there.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Except for you can't come make your own food. That's the only difference.
Well, that's good. That's why I'm there, because I don't want to make my own food.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Frank. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me again.
Yeah, and now we're going to go check out Tucson Tamale.
All right, come on in.
Yeah. Welcome, I'm Ron Arenas with The Guys Next Door, brought to you by Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. We're here on location at Tucson Tamale with Frank. Hey Frank, how you doing?
Hey buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing really good. You just gave us a tour of Tucson Tamale. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, the tour I just gave you is about our hot sauce wall, where we have over 350 different hot sauces, our local products that we get from really good businesses here in Tucson, and where we make our own fresh tortillas in-house.
Oh wow, can you tell us a couple unique things about Tucson Tamale?
Well, we're probably the only place where you can actually taste any hot sauce you want before you buy.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about your tamales.
Well, tamales, we have a monthly special tamale that you can only grab here in Tucson.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to get them anywhere else in the country other than in this store.
Oh wow. Well, thank you. Thank you for taking us on a tour.
Thank you for coming in.
And where are you located at?
We're at 7286 North Oracle Road.
All right. I'm Ron Arenas with The Guys Next Door, brought to you by Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Thank you for joining us.
Sometimes I'd like to smack old age right in the kisser. Ow!
I always get the best parking spot.
I think she needs a little more help.
Monday.
What I really need is a boyfriend that can drive at night.
I can make a fashion statement out of anything.
I will be fabulous.
I have a little crush on my pharmacist.
With Comfort Care at your side, you can live your best life possible. We know families can't be there 24/7, which is why we can help with as much or as little home care as you need. From medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands, so you can live in your own home on your terms.
I wouldn't let aging stop me from being me.
Call Comfort Care now and let us create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match.
Can you show that number again? She was texting.
Together with Comfort Care, you can both live your best life possible.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Common Good television show brought to you by Homeless Veteran Transition Program Veteran Rescue Mission. I remember a time where my air conditioning system, it broke down. And my wife, my baby, my family, we were suffering. We were dealing with some serious problems. And the first organization I thought to call was Ron Arenas and Picture Rock Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. And they were out lickety-split, and they fixed the problem immediately. And my wife, my baby, we're all happy again. I would suggest you go to picturerockscooling.com to check them out. But don't just take my word for it. We have an awesome segment to show you the amazing work that they're doing. Check it out.
And welcome back to The Guys Next Door. I'm your host, Ron Arenas. We have a great show for you today. We had our first segment with Frank from Tucson Tamale, and now we're talking with Corey Williams from Crest Insurance. Welcome, Corey.
Hey, how you doing, Ron?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely glad to be here, always.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about Crest Insurance. Give us an overview of it.
Well, Crest Insurance has its roots in Tucson. It's been in the Tucson agency for several years. It's changed hands and names and shapes slightly, but it's basically been some of the longest standing insurance brokers in the city. Have kind of formed it at its core, and going all the way back to Bob Mueller, who was an alum from the U of A and had Mueller and Associates, and him and a lot of senior partners worked there, and then it changed hands after he passed. And Crest Insurance itself was founded in 2010 by Cody Ritchie, who was originally a broker at Mueller and Associates. He, along with a couple of others, the agency changed hands with the bank a couple of times, and then Cody got together with some guys and founded Crest Insurance in 2010. So we're coming up on 14 years in the game, and it was a great start, and it's still just always been a Tucson agency, independently owned from top to bottom, staffed by Tucson people. It is one of the last remaining independent agencies in the city and definitely in the state.
Okay. And what kind of services does Crest Insurance provide?
Well, we do everything. I mean, we do commercial, we do residential, we do home and auto, we do health insurance for individuals and for business owners. We do workers' comp, we do bonds. We really cover every type of insurance that's out there, whether it's cyber insurance or builder's risk. We do everything. So we have a huge staff of a lot of brokers, and it's interesting because we all share the same office space, but we all do different kinds of insurance. So we like to, not to be cliche, but it really is one-stop shopping. Somebody comes in to talk about a life insurance policy, next thing you know, they're talking about their home and their auto, or things like that, or they're talking about Medicare. We pretty much can do any and everything. So that's really our strong point. We've got a very deep bench of talented people who are eventually going to get you what you need.
Yeah. You mentioned cybersecurity, and I think that's a little bit of a newer thing. Can you tell us about that?
Well, cybersecurity, it definitely is newer. When you have a data breach or you have a company and things get stolen or ransomed, it can be very expensive in terms of someone stealing your data and then turning right around and trying to sell it right back to you. Or the damages that come from loss of data. You've got customers, you've got client information, you may have personal information on people, names, addresses, phone numbers, emails, dates of birth. If that kind of stuff gets lost, or someone gets into your system and creates large-scale fraud, those are the kind of claims that can put your lights out as a business owner. So as a business owner, you always need to be on guard for cyber theft and cyber crime, and having people solicit your clients without your knowledge, having people sending money and paying bills and fake invoices, and then you're stuck in court because, God forbid, your company actually was a victim and you've invoiced people and the money's gone elsewhere, and it can just be a mess. But that is the new wave of crime. Most business owners are up on it, but a lot of them don't know the extent of cybercrime, how it happens, what your exposures are as a business owner. And should claims come in, not being able to pay for damages done by an insecure system, whether it's your email system or your internet within your intranet, I should say, within your agency or your company or business. These are things people don't take too seriously, and they're starting to realize that cyber threat is real. These people are out there. They're looking for people who don't have secure companies, who don't have up-to-date software, who don't have closed loop type situations, and they're preying on small businesses. And a lot of the claims are very large. While you're trying to straighten everything out, it's hard to keep your doors open when you recover from a cyber attack because it's very crippling, and a lot of people don't know that. Wow.
Yeah. Is most of it originating from overseas?
It can, but you've got millions of scammers right here in the United States. They're very adept. The internet is the internet. It really doesn't matter where you get on anymore. It's, can you create a situation in which information is stolen, and then they encrypt it and they say, hey, we'll sell it back to you. You got to wire money to this Bitcoin account or this overseas account. And these people, they operate without borders. So to think that it's, a lot of the attempts may come from Asia, or you may get some attempts from Europe and Eastern Europe, things like that. But the whole point is, it's a crime that doesn't require you to be a big bad guy with a gun. You just be a little guy with a keyboard and get out there on the internet and try to get rich. And that's the sad part about it. You really don't see it coming. The only thing you can do is have the policy in place in case you get hit, but have great IT. You need good IT, and I'm not doing a plug for IT people out there, but they are the saviors right now. If you've got a solid IT program, they're going to warn you and show you where you're at risk.
Okay. Oh, that's great information.
Yeah. So company health insurance, and it's changed so much. I mean, there was a time where 80% of Americans got their health insurance through their employer.
Yeah.
And what's happened over the last 15 years is that the costs have skyrocketed.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously shifted from the carriers aren't going to eat those increases. They pass it along to the customers in terms of the monthly premiums.
Right.
And then the business owners who used to be able to pay 100 or 80% of the premium, their bottom lines have changed. So now they're scaling back their contribution. So now people are seeing more and more money come out of their paychecks for their health insurance through their job. It's still great coverage, but it's a lot more expensive than it used to be. And then the carriers, they've become a little different in the fact that the plans that they offer aren't as robust as they were 15, 20 years ago.
Right.
You know, my father worked at Caterpillar for 30 years, massive company,
okay.
self-insured plan, great benefits to raise a family of 5.
Sure.
That health plan was ridiculous. We go to the dentist 2-3 times a year. We can go anywhere. I mean, it was great benefits.
Yeah.
And those days are over. Whether it's the car manufacturing companies, construction, those big manufacturing jobs with the huge union employee benefit plans, those are so hard to come by because benefits takes up so much of a person's bottom line now. So the carriers have changed the plans that they offer.
Okay.
So not only is everything much more expensive, it doesn't cover as much as it used to.
And
less. That was the gateway for what people refer to as the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare was simply, hey, listen, this small sector of the market is out of whack, and we need to go ahead and somehow normalize it and stabilize it because individual insurance, private insurance doesn't represent a whole lot of the big, if you look at it as a pie, it's a very small slice of the pie. The majority of people, Medicaid, Medicare, then you have your state and federal workers who get insured by the government. The government pretty much writes like 70% of the insurance.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, nobody knows that. The government, I mean, between Medicare, Medicaid, state jobs, government jobs, military, TRICARE, we're only talking about 30% of the market is actual individuals going out buying their own insurance. So the feds are like, if we're underwriting all this other insurance, we might as well just take up this last part. It's not going to make one bit of difference, but it's not about what you're doing. It's about how it's perceived. And you know as well as I do that whole debacle and the back and forth about socialized medicine and Obamacare and this and that. And it's just marketing is a huge part of it. How you message what you're trying to do. I used to write individual insurance, and it was very challenging at times to get people the same coverage they had at their job.
You're right.
Paying for it on their own, they couldn't believe the actual sticker price of the plan. So that's the sticker shock that a lot of people are going through.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. And you talked about marketing a little bit. Tell us about your position.
Well, I kind of got tricked into that. You know, being one of the younger guys in the office, they immediately put me in charge of the website and social media, and then it became making radio spots and signs and banners and graphic design and ads. And now I do everything from TV commercials to our banners, our signage, social media stuff, anything that has to do with marketing or advertising for any of our 17 locations. I am a one-man ad agency for Crest Insurance, but it's great because the broker side started to get a little boring for me. So this was a better transition. I could be creative. I can come to work every day and create things and help our brokers because now I am a broker, so I know what they need to go out and sell and to sit across from a client. So one of the things I learned is there wasn't really an agency equipped to represent an insurance agency because insurance is so intricate. It's not like you can say, here's what we do, make us a bunch of ads and go out and, help us sell. You have to speak the language. You have to understand what it is, the products that you're selling.
Right.
And most importantly, you have to understand most of our brokers are sitting down across from a business owner.
Yeah.
And you're a business owner. There's a language that someone needs to speak to you that you're going to understand, like, hey, this is what we're doing. This is why we're doing it. You should do X, Y, and Z. And then as a business owner, if something goes wrong, you don't want to have to talk to 10 million people. You want to call your broker.
That's right.
This is what happened. And then call me when it's fixed. And that's what the job of a broker. So there's really no specific way to be an ad agency for an insurance firm unless you have an insurance background.
Wow.
So it's difficult to talk the talk if you don't actually understand it.
Yeah, and most of that was self-learned? Did you?
Yeah, I mean, all of it, you take the exam, and then once you get the exam done, you might as well rip it up and throw it away because you never use that information anymore. It's all real life, on-the-job experience, making mistakes, having situations arise. I think, to be honest with you, once you're about 7 or 8 years in the insurance game, you've kind of seen it all, and
Okay.
you've got a knowledge base that you can draw from. But
Yeah.
it's just trial and error. You got to get in and experience it, service your clients, and put out fires. That's all we do all day long.
Literally sometimes.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Well, cool. Very good. And all the marketing things that you're doing, that was pretty much self-taught also?
Yeah, it was really self-taught because when I realized I was good at it, then I
Yeah.
had to go back and take classes and learn different things. And, then you talk about the digital world has exploded, and you're seeing not an end, but a tail off of TV, radio, or you're seeing a tail off of television as a form of advertising. It's all digital. It's all online. You can get so
That's
many
right.
more impressions than you could on TV. So it's changed a lot.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you, Corey, for being here with us. Now let's go check out Crest Insurance. This is the guys next door. Thank you to our sponsors, Crest Insurance, Tucson Tamale, Tucson Pack and Ship, and Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Welcome back. I'm Ron Arenas with the guys next door. Today we're here with Corey Williams of Crest Insurance. He just gave us a tour of his office. Corey, how you doing today?
Doing pretty good. Glad to have you guys here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Can you tell us a little bit about the tour we just had?
Well, yeah. I mean, the most important thing about the tour is that it's here in Tucson. You can come down and meet us face to face. I think that's one of our biggest and strongest attributes as a company. You can come down and meet with a person face to face, which a lot of people are doing things online and over the phone. But down here at Crest, we take pride in the fact that we're locally owned and operated, and you can have a consultation and meet with us and get the kind of service you need.
Yeah, that's very important. Can you tell us something that's unique about Crest Insurance?
Well, what's unique about Crest, I think, is a lot of people don't realize we're a full-service agency. They may come down for commercial or benefits, but they find out that we do everything from home and auto to social to Medicare. We do individual health insurance. We do life insurance. So no matter what your insurance needs are, we can refer you to somebody here at the company that can definitely give you a hand.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, thank you. How do people get a hold of you if they want a quote or consultation?
Well, basically, you can find us on the internet at www.crestins.com, or if you're local here in town, 520-881-5760. Give us a call, set up an appointment, come on down. We'd be happy to meet with you.
All right. Well, thank you, Corey.
No problem.
All right. I'm Ron Arenas with the Guys Next Door radio show. Thank you for joining us.
We just got to see an awesome conversation on the guys next door. I hope you enjoyed it. Me and Ron definitely loved showing you some of the men in our community that are doing some amazing things. But we gotta go now. So I extend to you once again the challenge of think among yourself, among your family, among your community, how we can do the common good together. I'll see you next time, and God bless.
Common Good TV show. The Common Good TV show. Brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. Highlighting the good in the community. Hosted by Pastor John McClain, Tucson's favorite family show.